Hello, this is the analysis of RashAttack versus X1 at SCR9. Okay, so I got a bunch of notes, and we shall go through the game and go through them. So, I guess I'll just go straight away. So, stage striking, I assume that Battlefield is reasonable. Later on we'll talk more about stage striking when it's a little bit more questionable perhaps, but Battlefield start seems fine. I don't know what you banned, but you probably banned sensible things. Not asking for a neutral start when it's a really non-neutral start. Right at the start here, Falco doing a full hop back area is really strong option at the very start of the game. You know, 1 in 100 games you lose a stock because of not having a neutral start, so something worth considering. But it turns out fine in this situation. Sorry about the VOD, keeps cutting out. But yeah, there's a lot of dancing. It's okay. Neutral's pretty hard to play against. Unfortunately, don't get anything here. So here's one of the one big mistake that comes up right now is so right here you hit him with a pill and then you expect to get a follow up, but you miss space completely. So you're not at a frame advantage in this situation. Pill into grab, at least in this situation, is not a guaranteed combo, as you're probably aware. So landing on top of Falco is not acceptable, and that's exactly what you do. And I think you'll find that Falco is a 1-frame move, and your grab takes about 7 frames to come out. So you can see you duck, and you're actually both ducking at the same time, so you probably are both actionable at the same time, but Falco is a 1-frame move and you have a 7-frame grab, so it doesn't go well, to say the least. And then immediately more mistakes. So you get shined into a down air, which is fair enough, it's combo, but then here you don't recognise that this combo is going to continue. You weren't a high enough percent to be able to tech, so you're basically in hit stun against the ground right now. Is kind of how it works. And so you should be thinking right now, okay, so he's about to hit me again, he's right on top of me at frame advantage, so he could shine and that would be a true combo right now. And because he can shine and shine center at a slightly forward angle, you should almost definitely be DIing forward and away. He actually doesn't go for shine, he goes for an up tilt, which is probably a true combo here, but you know DI the up tilt, which is at your skill level you really should be you shouldn't be expecting to DI every single move, because sometimes you need to know it's coming, but the fact that Falco is going to up tilt or shine here was really obvious. At least, when you slow it down, but that's your job as the player, is to recognise this at high speed. And so, yeah, DI that way. You need to, when you're fighting against Falco, when he starts comboing you need to recognise, is he going to get another follow-up or not, and if he is, which way do I need to DI? Probably away. In a straight line away, because most of his moves send you upwards, that down air, shine, up tilt, etc. So you know DI the up tilt. I'm advancing it frame by frame, but it's not a 60 FPS VOD, so it's really annoying. And then he goes for something else. I don't know what he was doing. What was X1 doing there? He could have back aired you, shined you, could have done other stuff, but you just up aired him out of it, which was solid, actually. A decent option, and you actually totally break out of this pressure, doing a really unexpected forward tilt. We'll talk more about the forward tilts later, and then it kind of resets into a kind of neutrally type position. So yeah, you just get caught by an up tilt. It's kind of something that's too hard to describe. That was there's something I want to point out, because it happens quite a lot in this set, is you up tilt way a lot, worryingly a lot. It's really strange. So right now, he totally flubs. What was he even doing there? And you wave dash backwards, which is great, and then you F tilted him. And the problem with F tilt is, if X1 was at 100%, to be honest, even 100% is questionable. Basically, the F tilt just doesn't give you anything other than its knockback. So if it was the other way around and X1 was right on the edge, F tilting onto the stage is would be really strong. And since it's it's a reasonably safe move, nowhere near as dangerous as an F smash or something. But you can see here that actually, if you look at when both characters are actionable, Falco is actually in positive frames, so it's negative on hit, that F tilt at that percentage. So X1 would actually rather be hit by it than you. Doing nothing is better than F tilting him, apart from obviously the percent, but in terms of frame advantage it's a really bad idea. it just doesn't give you anything. So there was very little advantage, but like basically the F tilt did nothing. Other things would have been better. I'm not sure what happens immediately next. Falco just dares, because Falco dare is good, right? Yes, escape out the combo with down air. How good is escaping combos with down air? I don't know. I guess it depends how good the disjoint below you is and what frame it comes out. I'm no expert. Dash attack in neutral here is ridiculously dangerous, and I'll talk more about it later, I guess. But I would say just don't dash attack in neutral. Like, you somehow get away with it, and you get a really crafty shield grab. I'll show that again. So, like, is this maybe it's some kind of absolutely next level bait strats to do the dash attack? I don't know, but you totally bait him to immediately down air you when it's just totally not safe at all. So he did the least safe way to do a Falco down air, which is where you down air like as soon as you are in the air. Come on. Yep. Let this fix. Aha, perfect. Anyway, so you'll notice here he down airs like on my VOD. It's like the next frame. So it wouldn't be but it is. So basically this is actually like really negative on shield to do this. So it's actually really shield grabbable if Falco does this. But obviously you're facing the wrong way, but X1 was really nice and decided to land right in front of you, and you recognise that it's a shield grab. I may as well say it now, you pretty much shield grab way too often. It's like you just go for them when they don't work. Shield grab should be something where you recognise that the shield grab is guaranteed. Like you recognise that they did something in shield grab range that is a guaranteed shield grab, and you get the shield grab. And so since you should only do it when it's guaranteed, you should never miss one. Like if you miss one, it means you did it when you weren't sure it would land, and so you never do it, because it's really negative. It's minus 40 frames basically, because a grab takes 40 frames off the average character. Sorry, I think it's 30 or 40, I think it's 40. So if your grab misses, like if it's out of range, then you're just saying, hey, here's 40 frames to your opponent, which is pretty ridiculously bad. So basically never do that. So this grab is shield grab is so crafty, it makes me think that you didn't mean to do it, but maybe you did. But it works out pretty well. You get a grab. There, that was kind of like, it's one of those really advanced combo things where it's like, would that up air have hit or not? I mean, like, it's probably one of those, like, you need to just keep working on your combo game and being like, what works at what percentage and what is optimal. Like, for example, if you did a full hop up air, would that have worked better? Maybe that's what you tried to do, I don't know. But your combo game I'm pretty much going to leave to you, because you're the dock expert and I'm not. So basically my only advice in your combo game will be do it better, but other than that, just keep doing what you're doing. I think this is where like Falco just down airs you a lot and does Falco things. Yeah, that was pretty sketchy, but it worked. That was really good. Like, that's something that you should always make sure you punish people for. So like, if people are off stage and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like ledge jump, or not ledge jump in this situation, but like double jump back onto stage with an aerial, it's like a super punishable thing to do that a lot of people, me for example, do all the time, and so that's a really strong punish. It's a really good sign that you're aware of that. And then that's like, let's see if that was a read or a reactionary. So we know that he has no double jump. Actually wait, he does have a double jump, doesn't he? That's super strange. Did he land? So that must mean he must have landed. Yeah, he did land. I did land this. Yeah. In person you could probably tell much easier, but you totally read that double jump. That was a really terrible jump actually. Like, what is he trying to do? Like, that should have been a double jump. So right here, X1 should have double jumped either forward and then maybe used an aerial, like neutral air or down air. Like, double jump forward down air would have been, like, again, reckless, but at least it would be an option. Or what I think most Falcos would do in this situation is double jump backwards and then pick a up B or side B recovery option. Here X1 just double jumps straight in the air, probably just not expecting you at all to come out there, even though you're clearly in range. So that's X1's fault. That should have been a double jump backwards, since he was clearly going for the defensive option, and side B and up B definitely reach if he had double jump backwards. So yep, you got that free stock, so that was good. This analysis is going to take such a long time. Yep, so your ledge stalling is really good, but you always ledge dash afterwards. Like there, you could have done a normal get up. I think that's something that I'll mention it probably like 5 times, but a normal get up does very much the same thing as a ledge dash. It's a low frame commitment, like it takes the least number of frames to complete, and it's also like, so it's very uncommittal. The goal of it is to be like, I'm on the ledge and now I'm off the ledge as quickly as possible, and they both do the same thing but slightly different. So it's kind of a mix up, a spacing mix up. Like one puts you one right by the ledge, one puts you a little bit further in. So it adds, by mixing up between those, it adds uncertainty. Like, don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh, a ledge dash is hard, so it must be better, but it's not necessarily. That was good. That was really, really awful F smash. Did that even have any opportunity of hitting? Like, so, like you jumped, and then well, I guess he just read a different option. You picked a very good option there to do. Couldn't capitalise, unfortunately. But yeah, that was good F tilt from X1. Really, yeah, and there, like, I don't know whether that was an accident. Maybe, I don't know, but. Yeah, when you're over 100%, your ledge options become terrible. That's probably when you want to ledge dash more and more often. But yeah, that was rough. That was a pretty good timing on that back air though by X1, to be fair. Yeah, the neutral game is always going to be difficult to deal with there. I can't give you any like super amazing advice on how to fight Falco in neutral. Really, you do a pretty okay job, I think, compared with your character's neutral games. That down smash was like pretty terrible. So again, that's another thing that you do quite a lot and you don't use it correctly. Is I think crouch cancel down smash just doesn't make any sense at this percent. So like here, Falco is on 8% and you down smash him. It wasn't a crouch cancel down smash, but it was a down smash, right? That's going to put you at zone frame disadvantage. So like here, like let's see, he actually crouch cancels it as well, which just made it horrendous. Like you're still on the floor and he just double jumps, and should have been a double jump forward. Does he actually miss the down air? No, he gets it with the like the last hitbox. So you gave him a free down air. We can watch that in real time. By down smashing him, you said, hey, have a free down air. And another mistake here. This is one of those shield grabs that you shouldn't have gone for. So let's find it exactly. So he jabs you, and then you shield. Oh no, wait, okay, yeah. He jabs you successfully, and then you shield, grab, but he just dashed away because he wasn't in, like, hit lag. I mean, he wasn't in end frames. Like, it was just a terrible grab. And yeah, you got down air for free for it, and did you lose the stock? Yeah, you lost the stock. So it's important to remember that, like, you know, that big combo happened, and like you might have been able to DI the combo better. But like so here I would have been like, right, I'm gonna get wrecked, so I need to be holding away because he's gonna down air me. And I guess you crouch cancelled it. Maybe if you had massive foresight, you could also try and tech that, because if you're holding down, you try and get a tech on that. But X1 was really aware and just up tilted you. So now you should be like, in this situation, you should be thinking, okay, well, obviously he's going to come out with an aerial. His Falco, he can easily reach it, so you should definitely be holding away, and you should assume that he's going to down air you, because if he back airs you or up airs you or whatever, you don't need to tech and it's fine. But if he down airs you, you need to tech. So you need to assume that he's going to down air you and tech. Assuming that he's going to down air you and DI. Probably, I guess you could DI in, but the main thing here is you need to take this down air, which you don't succeed in doing. Like if you got a tech here, X1 might not have been able to cover it. Like I think he assumed that you would have missed the tech as well. Yeah, probably a tech in place probably would have actually made what X1 did not work. So, in fact, enter any tech option, probably. Can't tell with these non-60 FPS VODs, but which was actually a mistake by him. Optimal option there is to wait until he would have covered tech in place, which also covers missed tech. So, but then you get just invincible down aired. I think you could have possibly come at the ledge there. There's a slightly better angle. So, like, what I would have probably recommended is not double jumping straight away, because you because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to double jump to get the pill so that the pill hits the ledge, so that he gets off the ledge. But the thing is he's not currently on the ledge, so he's just invulnerable through the pill, which is actually not what happened, but it may as well have been. And so I would have liked to have seen you go way low, and then use your double jump, and you can hit up B, and you wouldn't have just got down head for free, which is what happens. Because as soon as you don't have a double jump and you're off stage, you're incredibly predictable. And so X1 was like, okay, so if I just grab ledge when he's coming past, literally his only option is to be at this time, within this frame window, basically, and between now and when you actually do it, basically. And a ledge up down now covers all those options because it's invincible, and that's exactly what happens. So it was good option coverage from X1, but you just left yourself in a situation where you had no options. Again, another down smash that puts you at massive negative frames, probably. We can take a look at that. So he lasers and you do a jab down smash. I can feel my VOD is dying. Please don't die, VOD. Yeah, for some reason my computer just can't handle this VOD. He actually crouch cancels it by the looks as well. Hey, the exact same thing happened. He crouch cancelled the down smash last time, but he got to down air you last time, but he didn't actually down air you. But you can see he got a full short hop off before you were out of the down smash. If he was holding forward when he jumped, he would have been able to down air you for free. So you neutralize, he down airs at the same time. That's kind of funny, but he's Falco, he's a spacey and you're not. So but it kind of works out for you, but then that's another situation when it would have been really nice to DI that. He just down aired you, so, well, Shine down aired you, right? So like right now you're like, okay, I've been comboed by Falco, so what is he gonna do? And like, you know, pretty much you're gonna hold away. Like, why are you not gonna hold away here? Because it's like you could get shined again, and if you don't DI away, then you're gonna get hurt a lot. But if you don't, then if you do DI the shine away, then you're pretty okay. So there, and then DIing this away would have put you towards the end of the ledge, and he wouldn't be able to just shine you or up tilt you as easily. But holding away, but the up tilt might have caught you. But since you're still holding away, you should definitely be DIing this up tilt away. But you had no DI on this up tilt, which sent you straight up, which means that you got another up tilt for free. Luckily, you at least had the awareness to DI the second time up onto the top platform, which is probably better than over the pit where you might get down aired and might get into a bad situation. So yeah, and it's a nice back air. You're quite good at breaking up combos by using your moves, which is a good skill to have. Terrible F smash by X1. Like, if you're at 150%, that's perhaps worth the risk to reward. Oh crap. But like, really? Really? But okay, I mean, your forward air was also quite bad, but my VOD. Yeah, so again, just ledge dashing when it just really wasn't a really good idea. Look, your invulnerability is already gone, and when you ledge dash, you've got to make sure that you're doing it as soon as you grab ledge, or 8 frames after you grab ledge, as soon as you can possibly let go. Because you've got to, if you don't have invulnerability, like without invulnerability, ledge dash is like super bad. So he just back airs you, and you double jump pill, so you double jump early again, and he, again, very similar situation to what we just had, where you could, like, where I probably would prefer you to hold the double jump, but you have a little bit more room here. That was an interesting. What did X1 actually do there? Did he double jump off the ledge? Oh no, he just did ledge hops. His stuff looks weird when looking frame by frame. Yeah. Yeah, because you almost screwed yourself, but then you up B'd and got onto that platform, which has saved you. But that was pretty sketchy. Oh, by the way, that's a phantom F-tilt you just got there. Shouldn't be F-tilting in situations like, it's okay here, because if it had actually not been a phantom, it would have knocked him off stage. It's okay, but doing roll into F-tilt in like neutral type situations, I mean, it would have worked really well. So, but yeah, yeah, you clearly hit him, and then he clearly didn't even take hit lag, and yeah. But then you grabbed him, and that was a good F-tilt. But that should have been a kill. So when you're in this situation, you immediately think that you draw a line in your head where if he goes below this line, then he needs ledge to get back. So what you do is you position yourself very slightly away from the ledge and fate with your back to the ledge, which is exactly what you do, which is perfect. This gives you perfect option coverage basically at this point. X1, if he goes below the line of I need ledge to get back, you just wave dash to ledge and then he's dead. If he stays above that, then he's either gonna go to stage, which you just cape him, or he has to get an amazing sweet spot, which on most stages is difficult, but like on Battlefield it's just like insanely hard. Like what you probably have to do is just go straight up and then to the side. But clearly in this situation he goes so low that he can only get to ledge. It's quite clear he's off the bottom of the screen. He needs ledge. Like you, in fact, you even short hopped here. I thought you were just going to short hop to ledge, which would have been fine, but you didn't. And you know, you basically said, "Hey X1, you're dead for sure, but rather than just killing you for free, I'm just going to test whether you can sweet spot as Falco." And it turns out he can sweet spot as Falco, and you missed out on the stock because of it, and you actually lose a stock as well. So there was a whole stock difference. It would currently be 2 stocks each if you would just wave dash to ledge or use that short to go to ledge. More neutral, that just looks really horrendous to play as Dr. Mario. All of this is kind of like rough. Obviously there's tech flubs of like, you know, accidentally air dodging and stuff. It happens. Another situation where it's just a terrible ledge dash. Like here, why you like when you're playing the game, you should always have a reason for everything that you possibly do. And if I asked you right now, why are you ledge dashing? Like look at the situation they're in. Does it look like X1 can cover a ledge dash? The answer is yes. Drop through the platform back air. Like if you just done a normal get up, the position Dr. Mario's in right now is much better than to the right of him, because to the right of him is right below Falco, which you can easily get to. But just to the left, there's actually no way you can get to that very easily. You'd have to do like a dash and then like a drop through, and then it would be a much more technical thing to cover. But you go for the ledge dash and then you get hit by a back air, and then you end up getting crouch cancel down smash. And a situation like that is, you know, over 100%. Yeah, go for crouch cancel down smash. It gets you kills, right? And then my VOD cuts out. But then we're here. This is where X1 is like, fuck you Dr. Mario, I'm just going to down air you. And then on the third down air it works, and then you get some shine, and then you get a grab, and you get a good chain grab. That was a really, really good option. One of the best things you did in this set, in my opinion. Like everybody in the universe right now is expecting you to up throw again and for X1 to DI away, and then you're gonna do something like run off the stage and up air, and instead you go for like this down throw, and then immediately down smash, which is like, by the time X1 has even realised that you've done down throw, he's been down smashed and he's holding away to the left, like, because everyone in this situation would have held left, and you totally knew that and you abused it and got a really sick down smash, and that put him in a really bad situation. Luckily, if he just went like a little bit further, he would have been in a really bad situation, but he wasn't so far off stage that he couldn't get back. He could get onto that top platform, and that was really hard to cover. It would have taken really a read to cover that option. You play neutral some more. There's neutral airs in neutral. I'm not sure how I feel about them, but and so I just said you did one of the best things you did in your set. This is easily one of the worst things. So you hit him with a neutral air. So he's going. Oh crap. So he's going off stage. So what can you do? So he still has his double jump and everything, and he's only there. So there's a lot of things he could do. He could just like immediately side B to ledge. He could like, you know, there's a lot of things that could happen here. So I would want probably a passive approach. I'd probably pretty much stay where you are. I'd worry about him side being into you. So maybe getting ready to F tilt or shield. But other than that, kind of just hanging out and seeing what he does. But instead you just do a full hop neutral air into the sky. I assume you were expecting him to double jump immediately, and you were hard reading that, and it just was totally wrong. And this is a situation where you kind of just, you didn't weigh up the risk reward. Like, you think, oh yeah, I reckon he's going to go high, so I'm going to cover it, and you don't think, actually, if that goes wrong, that is so bad for you. And you immediately lose stage position, and then luckily for you, X1 does a tournament winner for some reason, and he loses all of the frames that you gave him for free by doing that tournament winner, and it pretty much sets it back to neutral. But you did a pretty terrible dash attack. In fact, that dash attack is so bad. I can tell you how bad it is. So let's find the moment when X1 reveals that what he's doing. Right now, that's the start up of the ledge jump, the tournament winner. So you know that he's going to go onto the top platform from now on. Obviously, it's pretty hard to tell from that animation, but if we go to like here, it's pretty clear from this moment onwards. But you watch the animation for this entire time, and then choose now to just run and dash attack. Perhaps you are hard reading him to drop through the platform, but even if he did, would it have been that great? I'm not convinced. Probably a tech flub, honestly, on your part. X1 takes his free back air. Probably should have been a down air, or maybe not, I'm not sure, but he got his free move, and then you somehow landed on the top platform. How did that even happen? I don't know, but you did. And the last bad thing that you did is here, I don't know whether you had your double jump or not, but you should have been thinking about options, and one option that I've not seen you use is stall with cape. It's not something you should do all the time, but very rarely, once a set, just stalling with cape can like save you a stock, and this is that exact situation. So you could have stalled, double jumped, or you could have just up B'd like that. That would have been quite bad, or honestly just fading back as far as you can go, I think would have been a good option. But instead you just start doing a forward air, and yeah, that goes great for you. So this has already taken flipping ages, so I was gonna do the Captain Falcon part of this analysis in the same video, but I'm going to move that into a separate video now. Okay.